Husbands have to be more cautious even than women. Why the women, Nabi Sallallahu said, they are naqisatul aql, which means the aql is imperfect, it is defective, and you shouldn't think it's a crime that you are as such. If for any lady that's listening to this here, it's not, that's how Allah Ta'ala created you. You ask a lady, are you prepared to drive at night on a dark road and go from one town to another town? She'll say it's scary. No, I'm sorry, you know. But a man, what is it that will, if need be, he will undertake that journey. But a woman, people will say, don't travel alone. Similarly, until today, you will find even the kuffar acknowledging that they are different. Why are they kept in two different types of prison? Ask yourself. If there's all the gender equality which they so loudly proclaim about, why are they in different wards in hospitals? Why not dump everyone in one ward, mix up, male, female all together, in the prisons all together? Why? There must be something. Why is it that you find in overwhelming sports, the women are considered to be inferior? Take racing, driving, you don't find any woman behind the wheels. Am I right or wrong? You get rid Formula One, racing, etc. You don't find women. You find the cricket, soccer teams, etc. Men one side, women. The rugby, can you imagine the rugby, men, women all together? You shouldn't even imagine. Just leave it at that. So what I'm saying, they also deep down understand, no man, you know, we are a different breed. You know, we must be treated with respect. Treat your wife with respect. This is what, you'll never find a kuffar woman going and opening the door for the car door for her husband, but you'll find, or her boyfriend, but you'll find the male going and opening the door for the female. So deep down they also understand we have got limitations. That's so Nabi Sallallahu, in fact, it's his mercy that he is explained to us in clear, unambiguous terms. As my ummati, a female of my ummati, you shouldn't be blamed for everything. There are times you don't perform salah, there are other times that you will misunderstand things, and I'm actually helping you in order to make your husband understand that, listen here, your intelligence is imperfect, just as your physical strength is imperfect compared to your husband. It's imperfect. You'll find the men bashing Allah, Allah save us, but there's no other word to use. At times they bash up their wives, they kick them, they smack them. Very seldom you'll find a woman doing this. Why not? She's got hands, she can make a fist, she can hurt you, she's got the same limbs, etc., whereby she can attack you. So why is it that they don't do it? They understand. At the end of the day, we are weaker. And this is what Islam says to men, have mercy. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, oh husbands, what more could you want? Have mentioned that the best amongst you in the eyes of Allah's Rasul is the one who's most noble to his wife. A noble husband will never ever lift his hands on his wife. Never ever. If he's a noble husband. And if he's a noble husband, he will never demand money from his wife. There are husbands that they demand money from their wife. May Allah save us, Ya Allah, Allah save every single mu'mina, Muslimah on the surface of this earth. I know of a certain case, no names taken, no town's name taken. The husband was angry with the wife, and there was some issue of money being borrowed so by her family from him, and he said, if you don't bring that tens of thousands of rands, you go home, you make sure you bring that money, otherwise I'm going to divorce you. The poor woman didn't do anything. Crying, she had to go. He says, if you know, he's going to divorce me. Look at the animalism. What is this? You think it's a noble person? May Allah make him laugh, maybe they make tawbah. But I'm saying this, day in, day out, we find these particular examples where they demand, command, threaten, I'm going to take a second wife. I'm going to do this here, take your bags and just get out of the house. You think, what is this here? Doesn't this man understand he's got daughters? Doesn't he understand he's got sisters? Doesn't he understand that he's got females in his family? Would he like their husband, your son-in-law must treat your wife like this here, your daughter like this here? You wouldn't like it. It's amazing. The cell phone isn't only corrupted people that are out of deen. Even dindar people, they see haram, they look at bad movies, and thereafter they carry on like animals. And if the woman who's a decent woman, who's got haya, some sense of haya, then if she doesn't want to do what he says, he's angry, well, I'm going to get a second wife. Qiyamah's day, here you can get away with all this nonsense. Qiyamah's day, you are going to answer. You're going to answer to her Rabb. You don't get married to become a dominating personality in the relationship. Dominating everything what I say is the saying goes, is law, what you say go under the floor. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-azim. This is the absolute monster. May Allah save us. That's why before, especially in today's time, lots of questions have to be asked, investigations have to be made, and you can only hope, oh Allah, don't let us make a mistake in this particular department. Lives can be ruined, court cases, children. You can't imagine the tragedy and the calamity that settles upon an unhappy marriage, which eventually leads to breakdown. Women must also not apply so much pressure on the husband that he feels threatened at any time. And especially in this regard, tearing and crying away, the men must understand, well, it's part of the deal. I've been explained this here. It will happen. It's not your job to ensure that she mustn't cry. It's almost impossible. They are going to be emotional, especially with regards to their own parents and what. You have to accept them. This is it. It's part of her temperament, nature. I have to give it its space, not a problem. But sometimes it can be the shaitan overtakes the woman, and now she uses her emotions in order to manipulate the husband to such an extent that he starts going against the Sharia in terms of the rights of other people, in terms of the right of his mother, in terms of the right of his sister. If his sister is unwell or there's some celebratory occasion, let him express his happiness if he wants to take a gift. Why should the sister-in-law the wife be so angry and upset? You in that time, Allah Ta'ala save us from having ungrateful wives. The Sahabiya, they asked Ya Rasulullah, when the Rasul said, I saw the majority of you in Jannah. They wanted to know what is the reason. Amongst the reasons Rasulullah Pak gave, you are very ungrateful to your husbands. They give you something, and comes a day you will say, I never saw a day of happiness. He worries more about his sisters than me, etc. Again, it's the power of the nerves that overcomes the intelligence that they speak in this particular way. Both sides, there has to be compromise, there has to be understanding. There will be good days, there will be other types of days. You can't be 100% of the time happy, it's impossible. Even if it's 30%, alhamdulillah, your marriage is workable. Even 30, one day in 3 days it is fine, one day it is medium, one day anger, 10 days that means it's dum-dums if you can call it, tamal what you can call, 10 days it's okay, in 10 days it's fine. Allah shukr, alhamdulillah, in Jannah Allah Ta'ala will live happy forever. That comes in, ever after, that is where it comes in. So husbands, especially when we do guna with the eyes and see wrong and think wrong, the bounce is going to be there. Look for our faults, then you will find inshallah ta'ala, Allah Ta'ala will give us the himmat and the courage to fulfill the rights of the wife.